Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna talk about menopause. Did she just say menopause? Oh, she wouldn't talk about that on the news. That would be embarrassing, right? Wrong. Look, here's the deal. Menopause is natural. Every woman will go through it. And we can't be afraid to talk about it, to help each other out. But first, a biology lesson.
What even is menopause? It's that moment in time when you go a full calendar year without a period. Period. It can happen anywhere between the ages of 45 and 55, but the average age is 51. But, and this is a big but, perimenopause is that period of time when your hormones, estrogen and progesterone, start to fluctuate. That can happen up to 10 years before you go into menopause. And that, friends, is when the fun begins.
Did either of you go through mood or irritability issues?
Oh yeah,
For sure, yeah.
you feeling like your emotions are always on the fringe, right? Where you're just about to tip over all the time. Yes, so definitely mood swings, mood changes, extreme moods, I guess you could say. Yeah, typically on the negative side.
I mean, because you do sometimes feel like, oh my God, I just feel so out of control. This is an awful feeling.
These two brave and vibrant beauties are talking to us about their menopause journeys. Christelle has been on this road for about 14 years. She exercises now for bone health and is willing to share her story with us because she wants other women to figure it out sooner than she did.
I didn't have enough information to know that I was even going through menopause. And so I was having these symptoms, and as they just gradually become more and more intense, that's when I started to ask some questions.
And Shannon is just starting to connect the dots that all these symptoms that she's been silently struggling with are related to perimenopause.
I'll be talking to my kids and, you know, they'll be like, you already told me that 4 times. I'm like, I did? Huh. Okay. Like, you know, and just are like not finding the right words, and my brain just seems like it's in slow motion.
That's the thing. Most people think hot flashes are the only sign of menopause. Well, hang on to your fans, ladies.
Poor sleep, mood, irritability, night sweats, periods get irregular. Those symptoms that used to be PMS before your period are now a good portion of the month. That's why women feel like they're going crazy. You know, they just feel like something's wrong.
Diane Feller is a Park Nicollet menopause specialist, certified by the North American Menopause Society. She says 85% of women will experience symptoms during perimenopause, and women of color are more likely to experience worse symptoms for longer periods of time. Things like headaches, weight gain, loss of bladder control. But no one's connecting the dots for us.
We have so much information out there for like childbirth and birth control when women are younger. But at this point, it's just not out there.
You are listening to Hit Play, Not Pause.
It's the reason Celine Yeager started her podcast.
Only 7% of resident physicians, including OBGYN in one Mayo Clinic study, felt ready or prepared to talk to women about menopause. That's huge.
Yeager is a health and fitness writer, athlete, and woman who knows a whole heck of a lot about menopause through her own experience. She suggests making a list of your symptoms and seeking help. Why? Because this isn't the end. It's just the beginning.
If you start in your early 40s, which some do, in perimenopause, you can easily spend 40 years of your life in this transition and beyond. And instead of looking in the rearview mirror and saying, oh, I can't, it's like, look ahead and say, what can you do? Because there's a lot you can do, and there's a lot of life to live.
But what does help look like? A study back in 2002 painted hormone replacement therapy in a bad light. But there have been several studies since then that say something different.
There's this wonderful window of opportunity, you know, from within 10 years of when you reach menopause on either side and before 60, where it is very largely safe and for many women highly beneficial.
If women can be on estrogen, it helps our bones. It helps prevent osteoporosis. It helps prevent colon cancer, which is long studied like the bones. A new study show it helps support our heart and vessels if it started around the time of menopause.
That said, hormone replacement is not safe for everyone. It is something you will need to discuss with your doctor. But diet, exercise, limiting alcohol, and smoking can also help with symptoms. Christelle says she finally feels like herself again, back to doing the things she loves.
I feel like I'm great with mental clarity. I'm great with sleep. And so just being able, I want to maintain right now. And so I'm in a really happy window, and I want to maintain in a really happy window. Yeah.
And I want to get to that place because these are our bodies. We need to know how this all works and what we can do to protect ourselves. And, keep longevity. And I don't want to be 80 years old and not able to do anything.
There's so much more on this topic we couldn't get to for on air, from exercise to predatory marketing and resource links. You can find all of it with this story at KARE11.com.
And I think the issue is that our parents.
And you're looking at me like I'm going to ask
Randy
a
has all
question.
sorts of
I'm
questions
not
for
asking
Julie
a
and I.
question.
No, but
He
I
was
just don't
kidding
think
with us in
our
the break.
moms talked about it a lot. I mean, our moms, and their moms didn't talk about it, and so then I'm just saying for
Yeah,
mom,
yeah, I
so then
agree.
and if you know what happened with your mom and maybe your older sister, then you'll kind of know how you are going to react, and everyone's different. That's the problem, Randy.
And no, we're not irritable because of that.
Yes,
case
but
you're
I do
wondering.
have
I'm
brain
learning
fog
something
all
every
the
day.
time, and I will just blame I don't know who for that. Okay.